Bradley Beal, who feels like he's been on the Wizards for 20 years already. I heard today that Bradley Beal is an old 30. I heard that today, which I think is super accurate.
Accurate as hell.
He is going to Phoenix, has gone to Phoenix, for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and several second-round picks. This now gives the Suns a starting lineup of Devin Booker at point guard, Bradley Beal at shooting guard, Josh, I forget how you say his name, Okagi? I think that's how you say it. Kevin Durant at power forward, and as of right now, DeAndre Ayton at center. We'll see if that changes. It's a lot of star power, it's a lot of shooting, and a lot of offense. Not a whole lot of defense, but they worry about that later. Steve, your overall thoughts and reactions to the Wizards-Suns deal for Beal?
Well, the Suns haven't done anything to improve the two areas that they needed to from last season, which was defense and depth. You already have a disgruntled star in Ayton sitting in your camp. You guys are shopping him, not shopping him. We're not quite sure what it is that you guys are doing with him yet. But Phoenix hasn't answered the call that their fan, like, what part of this made them better on defense and what part of this gave them more depth? Adding a guy like Chris Paul is never going to make you worse. But also, I feel like this was more of a signaling towards a rebuild, because I just don't think that Bradley Beal is the guy that's going to take a team like the Wizards and make a playoff run. So I think that this was more a signaling of a moving on from somebody who was in that organization for a long time. And, but we'll see. I don't know how well I like the fit.
You have three ISO players, essentially. You have three scorers, and you have one basketball. Devin Booker likes to create his own shots. We know Kevin Durant is one of the best at creating his own shots, can do it anywhere. And Bradley Beal certainly is in that category. He's a 20-plus per game scorer whenever you need him to be. I agree that this gives the Suns no depth. This does not make them a contender. I want to make that very abundantly clear. The Phoenix Suns are not a contender. I had a take on Scandal Sports Hour when Kawhi first went to the Clippers, that people were saying they were a super team. They're going to roll through the West. Like, no one's going to stop them. And I'm like, yo, are you looking at this roster? Like, one of those guys goes out, who's coming in? Like, it was just they had no one to replace them. And Phoenix's problem this past postseason was like, man, by games 5 and 6 of playoff series, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are cooked. Now, Bradley Beal can relieve some of that, sure, but you still got to have other people on the court. And I don't think, I said this earlier, that I think we've seen the last of DeAndre Ayton in a Phoenix uniform. And he right now is their defensive anchor. I mean, Durant's still pretty decent on defense, but we'll see as he's getting older. Maybe that's what starts to decline first is your defensive ability. And they have no playmaker. Like I said, I mean, I know all those guys ISO and score for themselves, but how's that going to work when there's 3 of them and, like I said, 1 basketball? I think this would be a really good AAU team, but this is the National Basketball Association. You can't just score more than the other team and expect to win. That sounds kind of silly, but I mean, that's what it is. They just expect to outscore you and not stop you from scoring. You can't get Bradley Beal and be worse, but they've done nothing to dramatically improve their chances at winning a title, which if you're this good of a team with these kind of players, anything short of a title run is a failure. Like, you're not looking to make playoffs with this team. So I just don't think they have enough gas to do what they want to do. And Bradley Beal is another person who has not been has been injured a whole lot, for the last 3 seasons. Devin Booker's starting to have some slight health issues with that. So, I mean, say you lose Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant, who would be the 2 most likely to be out, then you're left with Devin Booker and, for right now, DeAndre Ayton.
And a bunch of guys that we don't know.
If they can get at least 2 rotation pieces, I think this team then it takes a drastic difference. But
well, and maybe that's what they do. They shop DeAndre Ayton and see what they can acquire for him that might be, rotational.
they have no other choice. But here's the other issue with that. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker over the next 3 years are 3 of the 10 highest paid players in the NBA.
Yep.
Like, they have
It just
monopoly
doesn't
money
make
to
sense.
sign these players with.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, like I said, it just this would be really good in a summer league where it's just you have more talent, you win, but that's not what the NBA is. It's just not.
Nope. Good luck.
Yeah, good job.
Good luck, Phoenix.
Yeah, good job, Phoenix. You're gonna score a lot of points. It's great.
Listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.